Hey everybody, it is Vlogmas, day 24. Hope you guys are having a great day. It is still freezing here, but it's a little bit warmer. I think it's up to 5 degrees now. So we are, I'm trying to stay warm. I'm actually upstairs in my house and it's unheated. So I'm going to do this real quick today because I don't know if you can see it, but I can see my breath. So we're going to do this and get out of here today. So today we're going to talk a little bit about the length of a podcast and what that should be. So there's always this debate. What is the perfect length for a podcast? And when it really comes down to it, it doesn't really matter. The length is how much content you have. There's podcasts that are 3 minutes and 2 minutes long. There's podcasts that are 3 hours long. Now, personally, for me, I'm not going to listen to a 3 hour podcast just because I don't have a 3 hour time span. I like to listen to things mostly in the same, I'm going to finish the podcast episode as I'm listening. And I don't normally have 3 hours just to sit and listen to a podcast. So with that, I say whatever your length is should be whatever length the content you have. Don't try to fit into an hour-long show if you only have half an hour of content. But that being said, if you want to make a shorter show, you can cut out some content. A lot of times there's filler in podcasts. I know myself, I a lot of times will end up, chatting with my co-host for about 5 minutes or so and just kind of see how things are going. Does that really have to do with the topic? No, not really. So we could cut that out if we wanted to get it down. We try to say that we want to be within probably an hour. Usually we want to usually deliver our content under an hour. If we end up having a great episode and the episode is longer than an hour, we cut out and we'll make into 2 separate episodes just because people don't like having to listen for more than an hour usually. But again, there are podcasts that I do listen to for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. No, I don't listen to 3 hours, just an hour and a half. So with that being said, there is really no perfect podcast length. You don't have to hit the top of the hour like you do in a radio show. So if you go a little bit long, that's fine. If you go a little bit short, that's fine also. I would say just make sure that you don't bore your audience. Make sure you're creating a great listening experience for your audience by delivering only the amount of content that you have. Don't try to stretch your interview or your content longer just to make it feel longer, to make it fit in your time period, but only go with the amount of time that you actually have that actually makes sense for your podcast. So I know that's really generic. I didn't actually give you an answer today as far as what length your podcast should be, but the length is whatever's perfect for you. There's not a perfect podcast length. So guys, with that, I will see you tomorrow for Christmas Day. December 24th is today. December 25th is tomorrow. I'll be back on Christmas. So guys, have a Merry Christmas Eve.